Hey, welcome to the Montana Real Estate Channel, brought to you by Cyphers Family Real Estate. We are today diving into what's really like to live in the Bitterroot Valley of Montana. Now, whether you're looking for breathtaking scenery, a tight-knit community, or a slower pace of life, the Bitterroot Valley has a lot to offer, but it's not without its challenges. And in this video, we'll be taking an in-depth look at the pros and cons of living in the Bitterroot so that you can decide if this piece of Montana is something that you would like to experience. I'm Craig Cyphers, and I work with my third-generation realtor daughter, Erica, at Cyphers Family Real Estate. And our family's been helping folks transition into Montana and move around the state of Montana since 1966. And we would love to be a resource for you if you're planning on maybe moving into Montana in the next 9 days, 9 months, 3 years. Or if you're looking to move into a different area of Montana, we have offices all over the state of Montana, and all the information that you need in order to get a hold of us is in the description below. And if this is the first time for you at the Montana Real Estate Channel, you might want to tap that logo down on the bottom so that whenever we post up a video with regard to a community, neighborhoods, lifestyle, culture, things to do in Montana, that you'll be notified when we come out with a new video. So today we're going to go into the pros and cons of the Bitterroot Valley. So our first deal is, let's start with the good stuff, which is the pros of living in the Bitterroot Valley. And one of the pros, of course, is the natural beauty and outdoor recreation. And you're surrounded by the stunning Bitterroot mountain range and the Sapphire Mountains, and the valley offers some of the most breathtaking scenery in the state. Now, for outdoor enthusiasts, this place is paradise. You've got your hiking trails, which weave through the mountains and go on up into most canyons where there's lakes up there. You have panoramic views. You've got the Bitterroot River providing incredible blue ribbon trout fishing. You've got your rafting. You've got Lake Como, you've got Painted Rocks Reservoir, you've got a lot of peaceful spots just to simply enjoy the outdoors. Now, whether you're into camping, hunting, or skiing, Bitterroot Valley is an outdoor playground for all seasons. So, one of the other big draws about the valley is that we've got really small town charm and community. Towns like Hamilton and Stevensville are filled with friendly people and local events that bring the community together. You'll find everything from parades like the Creamery Picnic Parade or the Ravalli County Fair Parade, and you have your farmers markets in Hamilton and Stevensville. You also have your music festivals like the Hard Times Bluegrass Festival and neighborhood gatherings. And it's a kind of place where everyone knows your name and people still wave when they pass by. And for those who are tired of the fast-paced city life, this slower, more connected way of living can be a real breath of fresh air. Another major pro for the Bitterroot is its mild climate for Montana. Now, we know Montana is famous for its long winters, but here in the Bitterroot Valley, it's a little bit different. The winters are milder than in other parts of the state, with less snowfall than you would have in higher elevations. In fact, lots of times the snow doesn't stick here much below 4,000 feet, and they do call it the banana belt. And the summers are warm, but you won't find it scorching hot, and it's a great balance for anyone looking to enjoy all four seasons without the extreme. Another pro about the Bitterroot is proximity to Missoula. Now, even though the Bitterroot Valley offers rural living, you're never too far from the amenities of a larger city like Missoula, which is just 45 minutes to an hour away from pretty much anywhere in the valley, giving you access to really top-notch healthcare, really world class. You've got your shopping, dining, great dining, entertainment. Really, it's a perfect mix, and you can live the quiet country life but still enjoy the convenience of a nearby urban center. And when we talk about entertainment, for example, you've got the Kettle House Amphitheater, where recently I saw Marshall Tucker and Steve Miller Band, to give you an example. The Rolling Stones were at the university. So you've got all of those elements there in Missoula. Then you also have affordable real estate. Well, relatively affordable. While housing prices have risen in the recent years, the Bitterroot Valley is still relatively affordable compared to other Montana hotspots like, say, Bozeman or Missoula itself. Now, whether you're looking for land, a family home, or, a larger property, you can often find more space for your money here. And it's ideal for those looking to escape higher real estate prices in more populated areas. Another pro is wildlife and open space. That's another highlight of living in the Bitterroot Valley. It's the abundant wildlife and the open space. It's not uncommon to spot deer, elk, and even the occasional bear right in your backyard. For nature lovers, the ability to live among the wildlife while having this vast public lands right next door to you to explore is a major perk. And it brings a sense of freedom and connection to the land that's really hard to find elsewhere. Of course, no place is perfect, and the Bitterroot Valley is really no exception. So let's take a look at some of the challenges that come with living here. You have limited job opportunities. If you're moving here for work, it's important to know that job opportunities are limited. Unless you're in agriculture, construction, healthcare, or a tourism-related field, finding employment can be a challenge. Many residents commute to Missoula for work, and remote jobs are becoming more common for sure. But this lack of local jobs can be a downside for those looking to work close to home. The other element that's a kind of a downside is rural isolation. Rural living isn't for everyone. While some people love the peace and quiet, there's others that may find the isolating element a challenge. And towns are small and urban amenities are limited. So if you're used to a more bustling lifestyle, it might take some getting used to. The distance between towns and the lack of certain services can really feel isolating to some people. Another downside to living in the Bitterroot Valley is wildfires. Now, the Bitterroot Valley, like much of Montana, is prone to wildfires, especially during the dry summer months. And we just completed a video on fire season in the Rockies where we covered extensively about wildfires. And wildfire season in the Bitterroot tends to be in July and August. And even if we don't have fires in the valley, oftentimes we'll get smoke from other states. Now, these wildfires can create, the smoky conditions, can be hard on respiratory systems, and they can trigger evacuations and even cause property damage, obviously. It's something every resident has to be aware of and prepared for. Another downside or con would be limited healthcare services. Now, while Hamilton does have, their hospital, which we've outlined in our videos about Hamilton, and we've also noted that Bitterroot Healthcare, associated with Daly Hospital, has facilities in nearly every town. I believe every town does have a Bitterroot Health. But for more advanced medical care, many residents need to travel to Missoula or even further. So if healthcare access is a top priority, this could be a concern. Another downside is increased cost of living. As more people discover the beauty of the Bitterroot Valley, the cost of living has steadily increased over the years. Rising home prices and property taxes are starting to affect our backdrop here. Then I'm going to keep going because even though the taxes affect longtime residents, listen, while more affordable than some parts of Montana, the increasing demand for real estate is really, it is driving prices up. And, we do have harsh winters, relative to other regions. We talked about the fact that it's the banana belt, but although, they're milder compared to other parts of Montana, make no mistake, it's still Montana, and winters can be long, cold, and snowy. This last winter, we had more snow, and we had quite a few sub-zero days this winter. And if you're not prepared for several months of winter weather, it can be a tough adjustment. Well, at the end of the last segment, we lost our dock and our boats. That's a downside. But our backdrop is back, and we're going to discuss our last element of the cons, And actually, it's a double-edged sword because it was also part of our pros, and that's wildlife encounters. Now, living so close to nature means encountering wildlife, which sometimes can pose risks. Bears, we don't really have a lot of bears in the Bitterroot, but we have had some recent encounters, even at the Stevensville Whitetail Golf Course, where they caught a grizzly there, and they've tracked a number of grizzlies into the Bitterroot Selway, which is a little bit different than it has been in the past. But bears are moving around. You have your mountain lions. Mountain lions don't really tend to bother anybody, but they're out there. And other animals are part of the life here. And while most encounters are harmless, it's important to take precautions to protect your home and pets. Now, in conclusion, so it's the Bitterroot Valley. Is it right for you? Well, if you're looking for natural beauty, the outdoor adventure, close-knit community, this really could be your ideal spot. But it's important to consider the challenges from limited job opportunities, the wildfire risks, winters. So at Cyphers Family Real Estate, we've been helping people find their perfect Montana home since 1966, and we're here to help you make the best decision for your lifestyle, whether it's in the Bitterroot or somewhere else around the state of Montana. And if you have any questions about living in the Bitterroot Valley, or you want to explore real estate options, feel free to reach out. All the information is in the description below. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Montana Real Estate channel for more content about living in the Treasure State. See you on the next video.